I'm a Canadian agrologist, policy economist, and I was privileged to be asked to do the environmental impact assessment of the economic implications of the Site C Dam in BC's Peace River Valley on agriculture. This dam should not go ahead for many, many reasons. First Nations have made a very compelling argument on why their rights are not being considered, but another area that has to be very closely looked at is its impact on food security. British Columbia imports almost 60% of the fruits and vegetables which we consume here. These products are imported from California, which is suffering unprecedented drought. The Peace River Valley in British Columbia that will be flooded by this dam is capable of producing sufficient nutrition to meet the needs of over 1 million people a year, and that's a very conservative figure. In fact, that figure actually should be closer to 2 million because of the way BC Hydro miscounted the land that they were destroying. These are alluvial soils. These are alluvial soils in a Class 1 climate with the range of cropping capability equal to the Fraser Valley with higher yields because of the 18-hour daylight. And these are our foodland commons. This is some of the best land in Western Canada. It is the only land for large-scale horticulture expansion in British Columbia. And when you look at the cost of fruits and vegetables, which a Vancity report suggests are going to be climbing 25% a year, when you look at the cost of fruits and vegetables for communities in the north, when you look at the failure of Canada's nutrition policy in the north, when you look at the options that mothers have to give their children good nutrition to start their lives, we absolutely have to reevaluate the impact of this project. The work that BC Hydro did to evaluate the impact on agriculture was dismal. It did not begin to measure the impact of this dam on our food supply and food security. But the other issue that I think is very important to understand here is there are First Nations concerns, there are farmers' concerns, there are those of us who eat for a living concerns. There are concerns with what this dam is being built for in the medium term, and everyone that I respect who's looked at it associates it with fracking, providing water for fracking, and providing hydroelectricity for fracking in the medium term. But the bigger issue in the long term, the end game, in my opinion, is water. This Site C Dam is exactly where it needs to be to deliver continental water sharing plans that were put in place in the 1950s after the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers mapped Canada's water resources in the fulfillment of their mandate to the U.S. government to make sure America doesn't run out of water. We have these pesky Rocky Mountains running down the western part of our continent. If you look at every engineering plan that has been put in place, and these dams were placed in the 50s after the Army Corps of Engineers investigations. The Columbia River brings water west of the Rockies, and the Peace River brings that water east of the Rockies. And the Site C Dam is exactly the last dot that connects those projects. In addition to preserving the foodland commons, in addition to respecting the rights of communities to have food security and nutrition, the stopping of Site C Dam will also completely thwart the dreams of the engineering companies and others to look at continental water sharing through the Peace Valley. It is impossible without Site C Dam, and it's just another very good reason to stop this. Whether you think that these continental water projects are conspiracy theories or not, I have looked at it as a professional. I'm a policy economist. I am absolutely convinced that this is the end game. But whether that causes you to think, no, I don't know or not, it's really important that this aspect be looked at, because for us to go ahead with this dam now, with NAFTA in place, we've lost our sovereign rights to stop these sorts of things. With BC Hydro privatized, it will be in investors' hands. We are making probably the biggest policy mistake we could.